So one of the number one questions that people ask me is, LA, how did you go from being that guy that lived at 25th and Allegheny in North Philly, right? Your house on Stanley Street, you sleeping on the dining room floor, right? How did you go from that to building a 7-figure net worth? And, you know, I've thought about it for a little while, and I'm like, you know what? If I had to pinpoint it, it would be a lesson that I learned from Dr. Joe Vitale. You guys might know him from The Secret, he's legendary. So, and I'm going to share with you what that is. But before I do, let me let folks know who I am. My name is L.A. Williams, and yes, I'm totally blind, but they call me Mr. Vision because my job is to help folks that want to win, even though they can't fill in the blank, right? It doesn't really matter what you think you can't do, you can still win, okay? And so that's going to be the conversation we're going to have today. So what is the secret? What is the money magnet, right? What is the thing that money is attracted to the most? And really I'll say, what is the thing that positive experiences are attracted to the most? And I would have to attribute it to gratitude, right? Why be grateful for all that comes your way? And I do mean all, okay? Any and everything that comes your way. No, hey, shut up, I'm talking about, listen, I said all. It don't matter how negative you think it is, you ought to be grateful for it, okay? So I got a lot of mentors, man. I'm telling y'all, my guy, Alex Rodriguez, right? At the time when I had this conversation with him, he was making about $300,000 a year. And he told me a story about one day that his house was burning down, and got the family out. Everything was, everyone was good. And so he turned around and looked at the house and was like, "I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for that," right? Now, some of y'all gonna tell stories in your head about, insurance and all kinds of stupid stuff or whatever like that. But no, he just understands something that most people don't, is that you gotta be grateful for everything that comes your way, right? Regardless how negative you think it is. So if you wanna make excuses, this ain't the channel for you. I'm gonna promise you that right now, because that ain't what we do around here. Either you're gonna make money or you're gonna make excuses, but you can't make both at the same time. So wrap your mind around a gentleman who has the mindset to say, you know what, I'm thankful for it, regardless what it was, I'm thankful for it. Okay, so but this video is not about him. I'm more so talking about what Dr. Joe Vitale taught me. I'll just tell you kind of story. I said, okay, I asked him, what's the number one money magnet? And he said to me, gratitude, LA, may be single-handedly the most prominent, the most powerful money magnet that I can think of, right? And I was like, okay, well, how did you figure this stuff out? He said, LA, I first learned about the power of gratitude when I was in Houston in poverty, right? So he was broke at one point in time, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I heard about it numerous times, heard about it at churches. He said he heard about it at magazines that he was reading, books that he was reading. He actually put me onto a book by Catherine Ponder, The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, right? The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity by Dr. I'm sorry, I don't know if she's a doctor or not, but her name's Catherine Ponder, and she wrote that book, okay? The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. And he said he would hear about it just all over the place. Everywhere he would go, he would hear about it, and he kept thinking, why they keep talking about gratitude, right? Because, everybody says, when you feel grateful, you become a magnet for more experiences that you want to be grateful for, right? That's just how it works. When you become grateful, you become a magnet for more experiences to be grateful for, right? And he said in his skeptical mind, he kept thinking, yeah, I'll be grateful when I have some money. He said, I'll be grateful when, I have a job. I'll be grateful when I have that relationship. Hey, I'll be grateful when I have the house. I'll be grateful when I have fill in the blank, right? And so if you're thinking that way, hey, listen, you might be on track, right? Because that's what Dr. Joe Vitale was thinking. But then he told me, LA, I learned that that's not how it works. You want to be grateful now. You want to be grateful beforehand. You want to decide that you are just a grateful individual, right? There's nothing that can take away your joy. There's nothing that can take away your mentality to be grateful. And I promise you, as soon as I'll talk about this on another video. I promise you, as soon as you decide to be grateful, you're gonna get tested, right? I'm just saying it's likely going to happen to you because it happens to most people. The devil goes, okay, you said you were gonna be grateful. Let's see how serious you are about that, right? And so just be prepared. But the bottom line is that when you're grateful now, right? When you're grateful right now in this moment for anything that comes your way, you start to attract more of whatever you wanted in the first place. Okay? So again, the key is to be grateful. The key is not to wait, right? Everybody want to wait. You want to put stuff off. You don't realize that you're putting your success off. You're putting the very things that you want. You're just pushing them further into the future. Right? And if that's not what you want, then I highly recommend that you begin the process of gratitude right now. Okay? So I ain't want to be before y'all long. I just kind of wanted to have that conversation with you because there are some people who, mentally I understand it's a tough mindset to wrap your around them. It's tough to wrap your mind around this. This ain't easy, right? And even if you're thinking right now, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be grateful. In a couple hours when you're not watching this video, in a couple of days when you're, wrapped up in something else, can you still be grateful? Have you ingrained it? You got to ingrain it deep down in not only your subconscious, but in your instinctive mind. We'll talk about that on a different video. Like I said, I'm not going to be before you long. I just kind of want to have this conversation. But listen, if it was helpful, do me a favor, like the video, right? Hopefully you liked it already. If you didn't, let me remind you to like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to whatever channel, right? And make sure that you share the video if you believe that someone else in your life will get a tremendous amount of value from the video, all right? Thanks so much. Appreciate it, everybody. Talk to y'all later. Peace.